All right, we're gonna take a look at the Kiwi Ears Altruva headphones. They're $70. They come in two different colorways. We have a gray colorway, which is what you see on the box, and there is a wood brown version. And that's actually the version that I was sent, despite the image on the back and the front, which is totally fine. This features 50mm drivers and a 3.5mm headphone jack is how you'll connect it. They also include a 6.35mm jack adapter if you want to do it that way. And the reason for that is that this is for high quality audio transfers, and for people who need to do that, they're typically DJs, people who do digital monitoring. And inside the whole cable setup is this nice braided cable, 3 meters in length, which is really nice. Now, the headphones themselves have a beautiful overall design. They're nice and big with a cool grill here on both sides, your Kiwi Ears branding. And the wood finish is, it's certainly a plastic, it's not real wood, but it looks very nice. Here's your headphone jack. And on the other side, which is the left side here, we have another headphone jack because we have separate channels for left and right that are dedicated. This is gonna be a little hard to show, but here, I'll make it easy. These come off and you can replace them with this material, this felt material. So you either have this leatherette or a felt, depending on which one you prefer for your own comfort. The ear holes seem to be about the same size, but the overall thickness is definitely different. So when you put these on, if you feel like they're just, even with the elasticity, if they're too tight on you, just by a hair, you might want to switch these out, and that would definitely help you get there. Okay, so let me put this back in. And by the way, those are included in the box, so that's nice. It's always nice when you get those kind of extra gimmies. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put these on real quick. Yeah, they're very, very comfortable. So what I like about this elasticity is that you don't have the top just immediately butt up against this comfortable, head strap part. A lot of headphones are that way, including other Kiwi Ears headphones. And so you actually have more room for your head. And I think for long-term comfort, this is going to be better. Now to connect everything up, which I'll do now, we're gonna have two separate channels here, left and right, which are very well labeled, left and right. And if you're wondering, these are labeled as well, right and left, okay? Now to test out the sound quality, I'm going to play Monster Boy on my Steam Deck. You can immediately hear that sound come through. That should be coming through. All right, give me a second to test these out. All right, I know that testing was all done off camera, but there's really no way for me to get the sound from the Steam Deck through the headphones and then to your ears, but I'll give you my feedback on this. So I'm not an audio guy, all right? But I definitely appreciate a good set of headphones, but I mostly focus on comfort and build quality, things of that nature. And I'm really not one for wired headphones, but if I were to be somebody who prefers wired headphones, I don't know if there would be a better value than this. Just $70, that's the MSRP, by the way. From what I've seen over the last several months of reviewing Kiwi Ears sound quality sound products, is that they go on sale quite a bit. So you may be able to find these for like $60 or $55, something like that. And what you get is a really good build. They're pretty sturdy. And again, I like this design here. Comfortable, plus you can remove the tips and put the felt if you prefer that. And that's all really cool. And the sound quality was quite good. Now, Monster Boy, the portion that I played featured some water effects as well as the effect of the sound when there's text, when there's dialogue in the game, just like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it was very hard hitting. And so I had to lower the volume down. I was like, whoa, okay, that's really coming through great. And then of course, swinging your sword and sounds when you jump and things of that nature. And it all sounded really good. Now you might be wondering, well, what about somebody who is a DJ or somebody who's actually monitoring sound? Unfortunately, I can't do that for you, but what I can speak to, which I have spoken to so far, is just like the overall quality of the build and who's really out there to buy something like this. Okay, so that's the Kiwi Ears Altruva. And the one other thing I want to mention that I missed is this design here with these screws. I'm not sure about user serviceability or anything like that, but I like the way this looks, and I hope it's coming through pretty good on camera here. Just this whole contrast with the black and then the wood, the black again, this gunmetal gray screw. It looks really cool. It looks really minimal, which is awesome. So that's the Kiwi ears. If you have specific questions, let me know. I've reviewed a bunch of these headphones lately, and I might be able to do like a side-by-side somehow. And if somebody has a good idea for how I can get the sound quality, to reasonably transfer out, please let me know. That's it. That's what we have. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.